Should you play Necromancer in Guild Wars 2? Well, while I sit here and have my pets AFK farm for me, let's talk about it, shall we? Necromancer is one of the best classes in Guild Wars 2, and one of the two I would highly suggest you to roll. If you were going to pick anything in Guild Wars 2, I would suggest picking either Necromancer or Guardian, because not only are they the most loved classes in the entirety of Guild Wars 2, they're also the most insanely overpowered, because Necromancer gains access to its Shroud mechanic down here. Now, you'll see I have Scourge locked in here, which will change the way my Shroud mechanic works. In this case, I get to do battlefield control, we'll call it, with my staff. I get to put down a bunch of marks that if anything walks over it, will trigger the mark. And then with Scourge, I get to put sand shades on the ground, which I can then also use to create an AoE barrier. And so, as a result, you can have, 6 pets plus jagged horrors that also summon. Oh, hey, well, isn't that perfect? You do that, and let's see, is he gonna walk into everything? Come on, pal. Come over here. Oh, everything despawned. Alright, well, we'll show you how that works instead then. Hit him with all of our marks here. And, well, that was difficult. Obviously, we're in a very low level area here, but nonetheless, Necromancer allows you to pretty much sit at the back of your army, since like I said, whenever something dies, you'll spawn a Jagged Horror if you're playing a Necromancer build. This build I haven't put on the channel just yet, but keep an eye out for it if you are interested, but obviously, that's the setup if you want to run it. But Necromancer will also allow you to do, like I said, AFK farms, where you can literally stand in a hyperspawn spot. So, in this case, for example, if I stand right here, we're going to have a spawn here, we're going to have a spawn here, we're going to have a spawn here, and we have spawns up in here. Or alternatively, I could stand in the cage as well, and then when they come back, my pets will run off and passively kill everything, and pick up, you know, whatever I have around me. Now, obviously, this isn't the greatest of spawns, but if you were to AFK your Necromancer here with, say, a macro, for example, to jump, all of a sudden you come back the next morning and you're pretty good. Now, coupled with the Halloween event that's coming up in Guild Wars 2, I think now is one of the best times to make a Necromancer, since you can quite literally use an AFK macro and sit in the labyrinth, and it will farm it passively for you. Oh, it's also satisfying to just turn around and see all of those things following me. Every single hit from them is going to generate me barrier, which is also hilarious. And, yeah. Now we can literally just sit here. So if you ever wonder why you see so many Necromancers just parked casually in the open world with a bunch of minions around them, this is what they're doing. Now, like I said before, with the Shroud mechanic, in this scenario I have the Sand Shades, which is the zone control, but the other option you can get, if I switch this over to, let's just go Curses, why not? You'll get your normal Death Shroud here. And this is a second health bar, which is exceptionally stupid. This gives you access to a whole new swath of abilities that will vary based on whatever elite spec you've used. So, in this case, I can teleport, or I can do a massive AoE Life Leech, which will give me back Life Force, and Life Force will be generated from my minions hitting things. So, we just sit here and let the boys go to town. We will get even more Life Force back. So, as a result, you get this push-pull of always trying to get into your Shroud and use that to get even better results. Now, Reaper, one of the other options they give you, which will give you this huge dervish-looking scythe that I absolutely adore, has a new option now, which will make it so you can actually heal yourself whilst in Shroud. Which, before, what Necromancers used to do is, oh no, I'm low, I'm in trouble, and then they just pop their second health bar, right? But now, you would then use this to stall out for the cooldowns on your healing skills or whatever else you want to use. But now you can literally just pop your Reaper Shroud and heal yourself anyways, and it doesn't particularly make a difference. So, would you want to play Necro? Would I suggest Necro? Absolutely. In PvP, this is one of the best specs in the game, purely because of the amount of conditions that Scourges can put out. Scourge is one of the worst classes to play against in 2v2, or 3v3, because all they do is just dump out AoE conditions and do insane damage with the alternate setups that you can run. However, if you're looking for a more open world focused setup, or a farm focused setup, you can look at your Necromancy minions right here. Oh, that's a beautiful shot. But this is what your Necromancer experience will primarily look like.